Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. Really excited today. We're going to be playing The Farmer Was Replaced. Interesting game. Looks like it's about automation and learning a bit of programming possibly in the process. I come from a programming background, so interested to see just how this compares to the programming I know. I think this is similar to Python, so it should be a lot of fun. So let's get started and check it out. Go to the first program page by clicking on it. We got some teaching. So we got our little drone, which I believe we're going to be automating. So we're going to be coding down here in this window. Okay, we can rename file there. Can execute the code with the play button. Okay, we can create more files. You'll notice that once you start typing, code completion. It's pretty cool. So only statements available are harvest and do a flip to start with. Function calls. So if we go and we do this, let's say harvest. Nice code completion there, and then we do a flip, and then if we execute that, oh, what is the execute? Interesting. So why do we not harvest? Oh, by type. Harvest. Okay, so that's good. So it does know how to do the, yeah, there we go. So we harvest and we do a flip. And it's got the syntax checking to make sure I'm not being silly and spelling things incorrectly. Unlock menu. So let's go up here. Oh, wow. Very cool. So there's a lot of stuff that we can unlock. So we can start by unlocking loops. And we need five hay. So we can do this. Let's see. So let's harvest. I think we probably have gotten picked up enough by this point. Yes. So now we've got so we can close that window, while loop. You have unlocked the while loop and the values true and false. The while loop, keep executing the loop body as long as the condition is true. So we could do several harvests in a row. That would be inefficient though. So we could do this as a loop. So yeah, so you can create the infinite loop. Like basically, this won't do any flips here because it's false, and this one will just keep doing flips because it's true and it never becomes false. So it just keeps going infinitely. The so we can go and we can do while true. I guess we want the capital T. Yeah, while true. So if we do theoretically, if we do this, if we say harvest, and then if we say do a flip, theoretically, that's just going to keep going. Does the harvest, does the flip, harvest, flip, and then we can stop that. Then we can go and look at the unlocks. So now, so we've got speed. Okay, we need a lot of hay or wheat or whatever it is that we're harvesting here to get that. Oh, that's where it is up in the corner. So we see how much hay we have. So we have 9, and we need to get to 20 to get the speed. So let's go and run this for a bit longer. $16. There, we've hit 20. So let's stop that for now, and let's go to unlocks, speed. Execution speed has been doubled. The problem is that the drone now harvests faster than the grass can grow, resulting in no harvest at all. To deal with this, if branches and the can harvest function are now unlocked. So we can say only harvest if you can harvest. That is cool. Okay, so we can say, so we can do this probably still in the while loop. We can say if can, I guess we need the brackets. We can say if can harvest. Harvest. That is theoretically running more efficiently. There's no misses because if we stopped this, if we took that out, so if we went back to what we had before, theoretically, oh, I see, because we're doing the flip, it gives time anyways. So if we took the dual flip out, so if we do this, it's not, so does that mean that it's only, yeah, so it's a 21, yeah, so theoretically it's not theoretically, you can see then that it's not harvesting properly. It's just getting locked up because we're staying on 21 there. So this now yeah, okay. Yep, so that all checks out. So we only harvest when it reaches the harvest state. That is cool. So now I guess theoretically we just need to get to 300 for grass. We can do these ones here. So let's go back to the farm. Let's stop that for the time being. Let's go to unlocks. Let's get expand. Your farm has grown. The space is not much use if you can't move the drone, so there is a new function, move, that moves the drone. Move requires that you specify the direction in which you want the drone to move. There are 4 new constants for this: north, east, south, west. For example, move north will move the drone 1 square to the north. If you move over the edge of the farm, the drone will be moved to the other side of the farm. In the following example, you will keep moving the drone north and wrap back to the start when it reaches the edge of the farm. So while true, move north. So you'd go basically up, up, and then you wrap back around to the bottom. So that sounds cool. So what if we did this then? So we say while true, if you can harvest, harvest. Do we have else yet? Can we do else? Oh, yeah, we can do else if. I don't need to do the if, we just do else. Move north. So this will harvest, move north, harvest, move north. So that should be good. Oh, you need a colon on the else as well. Okay. I'm impressed. The programming works really well, and they're pretty good about flagging when you've got errors in your syntax code. So that is cool. So now we are harvesting a ton of hay and doing it fairly efficiently. So let's stop that. Let's see what's next. So we've got plant. Unlocks planting. So grass is nice because it grows automatically. All other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you can plant right now is a bush. You can pass the type of plant you want to plant to the function like this. Plant entities bush. This will plant a bush under the drone. Call clear to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. It seems that if you grow more than one type of plant on the farm at the same time, you can sometimes get a higher yield. You'll need to research polyculture to learn more. Okay. So, now we could theoretically, we can try doing, we can take out the harvest for now. We can do move north, plant entities bush. Are there more than, oh, so we can do, okay, so bush. So if we do this, interesting. Are we able to, so let's see, so if we move north, we can do the move theoretically at the end. So if we do if can harvest, call harvest, else plant. We don't need reflexively putting, yeah, we need the colons, just not semicolons. Then we move north. I guess we really only want to plant if we harvest it. So if we do that, so if we can harvest, we do harvest and we plant bush, then we move north. So we'll see if we can actually, okay, so now so that is working. So when we harvest, it goes back to being grass, and then we plant immediately, which is fine. But so now we've got hay and wood. So we're getting two resources here, so it's moving fairly well. That is cool. What do we got going on next? So we need 300 for that. Oh, we can expand the farm again. That's cool. Farm has expanded again. Now the tiles are no longer in a nice row, so you need to find a way to traverse a square grid. With the while loop, this is not possible until you unlock senses and operators. It is time to introduce the for loop. You can read all about the for loop on the for loop page, but for now, you will only need it to repeat code a fixed number of times. So you can say for I in range 5, do a flip. So that'll go 0 to 4. So that's cool. So now there's also a function get world size, returns the side length of your farm. So you can write code that won't break with the next expand upgrade. So this will harvest one column. Okay, so there's a hint, but we don't need to do that. So let's see, how do we want to do this? So if we say, so theoretically, I think they said we could do clear. That doesn't reset us back, I guess. Is there a reset? No? Okay. That doesn't matter. We can do this anyway. So while true. So we treat this, we can do the for I in range. And we want to do 3 executions of this. So if we do for I in range 3, well, yeah, we can do their get world size because that should return 3 initially. So 3 times we're going to go and we're going to say if can harvest, then harvest. We're going to leave it all as grass for now. I think that'll make more sense. And then we move north. So we're going to go basically for the 3 times going up, we're going to harvest. Then we want to move east. And then that should be the end of the loop. So basically it'll go, we should do harvest, 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 move back to here, then move over to here. And then it'll start the loop again. And it should go harvest, 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 back to here, over to here. Harvest, 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 back down to the bottom, back over to here. That should theoretically work. Nice. That is working fairly well. I mean, theoretically, it's not the most efficient because it returns back to the bottom each time. We could, from the top, go over, so we could do it like, we could we could just have it loop. We could go from here over to here, and then I guess you could have it alternate, like, so it's kind of like zigzagging through, but that's not bad. I'm happy with that as an initial solution. I'm curious though, so that's only grass. I wonder how we can nicely kind of alternate the grass and the logs so that we're getting both. Go up to the unlocks. Oh wow, there's a lot of things. So we still, no, you can increase the drone speed again. We can do, I think we want to upgrade the grass soon. We've got, can expand the farm again, but we need carrots. Plant carrots, tools to help with debugging, and then operators, arithmetic, comparison, and logic operators. It's very cool. So I think those will all be useful. But I think we need, for carrots, we need 100 logs. Oh, wow. 100 logs. So I think what we should do, we're gonna get to the 300. Let's get to 300 here, and so we can upgrade the grass, and then we can flip over to doing the logs. Okay, stop that. So grass. So now we upgraded. So grass gives more yield. So now I think we're getting 2 rather than 1 every time for the grass. But now we want to harvest, and then we want to plant. No, we want to plant entities bush. Then move north. Yeah, so we're going to be grass initially, and then everything should become bushes, and this will let us get the logs that we need. Because we want to get to 100 logs to unlock the carrots. Kind of annoying that you get that little bit of grass in between the harvest and the plant. This seems to be working fairly well. Very impressed with what they've managed to implement here. Feels very, very appropriate. Everything seems to behave the way I would expect. I could definitely see this being useful for somebody who was trying to learn some of the basic concepts and how to sort of program in general. We're 60 or almost 70 there. We're getting close. Because now the other thing that we can do is we can expand. If we expanded to a 4x4, everything should just work as it is. It shouldn't take anything, shouldn't need any changes to the code with an increase in the size of the farm. So if we come up here, I know we can do the carrots. What is the expand? Okay, so we need to do carrots first. So we're going to unlock carrots. So this gives us a new entity. You have to till the soil. This will change the ground to grounds soil. To till the soil, simply call till. Calling till again will change it back to grassland. Planting carrots costs wood and hay. These items will be automatically removed when calling plant entities carrot. Interesting. So we need to, so it's going to cost a hay and wood for each time we plant a carrot. So we theoretically need to kind of have a rotation. Interesting. So we kind of need to have a rotation. You need to go through and kind of like do all grass, all wood, and then all carrots, and then come back around and do it again, because you basically are going to need one of each for that carrot. So you need to go through and get the 9 hay, go through and get the 9 wood, and then you can turn those 9 hay and 9 wood into 9 carrots. That is interesting. So that's going to make things a little more complex. So if we do, so we're doing our for loop to go up to the top. So if we assume the world is square, we assume the world is square, we can do this. Scale world size. And assume the world is square. Do this. And this will basically, this should run through the 3 columns and then stop. So if we do this, and if we change, we don't worry about the bush right now. If we, I guess if we just do this, we can do grass. So if we go through and do everything as grass, so yeah, we'll be harvesting, kind of get the first loop through, we'll be getting stuff in whatever's in the ground. And then we will be getting, then we'll be planting the grass. And so then theoretically, we should be able to, let's see, we've got, so we should be able to come down here and then, so this will be grass up top. This will be, this would be bush. Then if we did it all again, you could do the carrot. But we know that we need to till, and then we would need to till up here. Ground soil. Can we test this? Can we say if how do we wonder if we can tell what type of what the ground is currently? Wonder if we should do it this way around then. So what if we did, well, let's do it like this. Let's go. So we're gonna do till. So we will till in both spots. I don't think this will work the first time through because I think it's gonna get confused and turn the ground into something. Oh, I see. It'll be false if otherwise. So if we do, so we can take care of this. So we can do, so if we don't till, we can say if plant grass then we can actually, I guess we really want if, let me say if not, so if we couldn't plant the grass, then we want to till the ground, and then we want to try planting again. Now this is probably going, there's probably going to be a time component here that might mess things up. So we should be able to say if not plant carrots, then till and then plant entities dot caret. Maybe overcomplicating things, but I think that's useful. So the question will become, well, what's not a valid? Oh, you don't like the, let's see, doesn't like, not a valid expression. Okay, can we do if plant carets equals false? Oh, what did I do? I was trying to be fancy, wasn't I? So let's see if we go if not. Yeah, let's try that. Unlocks upper. Oh, I see. We can't use the. I see. I see. We're trying to be too fancy. Too fancy. So it can't do this yet. So if we do if plant else, do that. Trying to use fancy programming things that we're not supposed to know yet. So if we did this, north, let's do that. I think that will probably, I think it wants us to have some actual code in that if block. Now we're going through. Now we should be trying to do carets. Okay, look at that. Perfect. So we've got the sequence running now. So we do grass, wood, carets. Nice, 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 nice to see that working. That was pretty smooth, all things considered. We just were being a little overly efficient and using some concepts that we haven't unlocked yet in the game. That is impressive. I think that is cool how it forces you to, it's forcing you basically to move out of your code. You're constantly having to change and expand on your code based on the requirements of the different things that you need to be planting. Basically staying static with our hay and our wood, but our carets are going up. Question is, what do we need to do next? We've got watering and trees. So we could expand theoretically. We've got debug. We've got the operators. Operators are going to be useful. Theoretically, the debugging tools will be nice. Oh, so we are going up with our hay because because we upgraded it. We increased the yield. Is there a yield for, I think there's a yield for the logs. There's yield for carets. what I'm curious, if we went, theoretically, we should be able to expand. Now what do we got going on? And okay, so now we're a little wonky. Now we're a little wonky because we changed the, yeah, so let's stop that. So how do we become a little less wonky with this? Oh, did I? No, that's good. That should be in the right. No, maybe we are okay. We think we're just offset because of where I think the drone is just off a little bit from where we were originally. So I think everything is good. I think we're okay. Yeah, everything should be working fine. Or not. Let's see. Why did we go east? Oh, did we go east twice? Is that what happened? Uh, so we're doing J, and what does J ultimately mean here? So we're doing it 4 times. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 going north, and then we do an east. Or we do like 0, 1, 2, 3, and then we go east, and then we go, we can harvest that bush. Interesting. So it doesn't, why are we not? Can we go, let's see here. Actually, I think they said we can create another code window. So if we theoretically come here, can we make this the clear or the reset? Moves everything from the farm, moves the drone back to position 0. So if we do that, and then if we do this, yeah, now we're going. So it was just based on it because we were in the middle of a state when we flipped over with the expansion, and so then it just made things a little weird. Now everything's cool. I am interested to see where this goes. This is really cool, really neat concept. I assume we're going to get just more and more sort of permutations on things that can be planted and the requirements on things that can be planted on other things. I wonder if we will get multiple drones to run. I don't think it's supposed to stay on that piece of art because we are tilling the ground appropriately. But that's fine. Well, I wonder if it really matters though. So it isn't actually doing the till again to put it back to the grass. Interesting. So theoretically, we could stop that then. So we could do the reset. So we could put the till here. I think that would be enough. Till there. Just in the spirit of shortening things up and making it clear what's going on. So the first time through, it'll have the dirt, but then after that, it should go back to grass. Now I'm going through the bushes. Oh, have we gone off the rails? We've gone off the rails. We've gone off the rails. So that was hitting, so it was using that. We were hitting that code. So if we go, oh, I see, yeah. So we were hitting that else, and we left the move inside anyways. So if we do else till plant entities dot grass, and then we do the move north. And then if we come back, it was down here that it was probably executing that. So if we go take that out, and then we come down here and we do else till plant entities dot caret, and then we do move north. Oh, yeah. Colon. Okay, so we should be, so I think that should be back to where we want it to be. I like though that you can have the multiple code windows. So you can choose which one to execute. So theoretically, if you wanted to stockpile a certain resource, you could do that and then switch back to doing the group one again. Or you could theoretically make these three different chunks. You could make a, like, okay, I'm going to loop through and get like 100 hay. I'm going to then go and run a different one, which loops through and gets me the 100 wood. And then I'm going to loop through one that gets me the 100 carrots. We could make that choice and just run them manually, but I like the fact that this loops through and does it this way. So we got all our carrots. So let's reset things back. Let's look at the unlocks. So debugging, so we can do the operators. So we close the carrots. So operators, so this is allowing us to do plus minus times comparisons. So that's where we'll get our equals or not equals, the Boolean operators, not, and, or. All numbers in the game are floating point numbers, so all arithmetic operators are floating point operators. Slash slash is defined to just floor the number after the division. For assignment operators, you need to unlock variables. Okay, so that's more to do there. So we can do all the add, subtract, divide, modulo. It's cool. All of that makes sense. So it's all just standard behavior. So that's cool. We should be able to do some interesting things with that. And that is unlocked senses. Okay, so you can see what's underneath the drone. Variables, so we can assign stuff. Debug will be useful. Some trees will be useful. Watering plants to make them grow faster. Interesting. So we're going to get sunflowers, sunflowers, cactus, pumpkins. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm having a good time with this. I think this is really cool. We will come back to this in a future video to try to finish this off. I'm curious to see how far the game lets you go with the programming and what sort of end game challenges there are to finish up. Having a great time with this though, super impressive. Definitely does seem like an interesting game for people to play, especially if they are trying to learn to program or learning or wanting to sort of enhance or improve upon their programming and specifically trying to solve different problems. But that will be it for us today. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.